2016, 2017, non-existent, right? You're struggling. There's a lot going on in life. You're flirting with the idea of not being in the sport anymore. 2018, you put your foot down, do a couple of 60s, a couple of long jumps, get back in the rhythm. I noted there was a couple of 5 metre jumps, which couldn't have been, I'll show you after. Okay. Couldn't have been the most, spiriting thing, but you kept on pushing through, and here you are, European Indoor Championships. It's been a great journey for you.
Well, when you put it like that, it really has. And I am disappointed today because there was more in my legs. I feel like there was more. And even mentally, I just felt like I was on another level. I'm on another level. And it will happen. It will come through. You know, sometimes it sounds delusional when we speak like this as athletes, but we know where we're at. And sometimes I even hear athletes and I'm like, yeah, you know. But for me, really, there's so much more. And it will come. I'm really happy with the journey. I'm thankful that I didn't listen to myself in 2016 and actually give up. I did officially retire. I really was done. In Arizona, I've left all my kit there. Like I've got like shoes there, kit there. I just left because I couldn't even carry anything. And now I'm back. And I think it was just words of wisdom from so many different people. Linford Christie always keeps telling me, you need to shout me out. This is me. This is me. You know, he told me never retire in an injury. He was one of the first people, you know, to really speak into that, to really sit me down and have a conversation. And so I just think it's important to have people like that on your side who can see your potential more than you can and who have not given up on you, even when I gave up on myself. And it wasn't in like, a self-pitying way. It was literally in just like, I'm tired. I've had 3 surgeries. Physically, yeah, you can come back, it's possible, but mentally and emotionally, spiritually, do I really want to go through this? It's hard. It's so horrible, like missing out on champs. And obviously you saw me after the British champs outdoors. I came 5th and I was so upset. I was crying my eyes out. And, you know, I don't apologize for that. I'm passionate about what I do. I want to be a high performer. I want to compete with the best. And so when I feel like, you know, I can and I'm back in the game, I do want to be in these championships. So I feel hopefully that passion will spur me on to get good distances and actually to be at the World Championships and to be at the Olympic Games in Tokyo, because 3rd time, please God, let me be there. Please God.
You're touching on mental fortitude.
Yes.
Talk about how you've managed to find that though, and you touched on obviously people offering pearls of wisdom, but there must have been times where you find it hard to muster yourself. How did you do it?
Well, it's people. It is people. It's you know, it's my faith. But I think after 2014, I'd had like 2 surgeries. I didn't, 2012, I didn't go to the Olympic Games. All of that was just setback. It kept knocking me back. And I moved to a completely new environment. I moved and worked with Dan Paff. And he is massively integral in just changing my mindset, not just changing the way that I approached things physically and training wise, but also mindset. Like, can you stop thinking about that you're going to get injured and stop being so worried about these things, because obviously it's a fear, like, and it was a justifiable one. I was always getting injured, but just changing that mindset and going in there, learning more about neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, just my self-talk. It was just so negative. I would literally go into training sessions and be like, and have one bad jump and be like, I can't jump. And like the effect that has on a person's psyche, if you're saying that to yourself over and over again, these were things that I was doing, and then I would wonder why I was inconsistent. I would jump a really big distance and not be able to repeat that form. And I think what I learned with Dan Paff was how to perform at a high level on a regular basis. And I did prove that in my first season with him, 2015 indoors. I became indoor champion. In that year, I jumped like 630, opened up with, then just 673, 660, then tore my hamstring. But, you know, let's not talk about that. At least I got the consistency situation.
And the consistency is everything, because you've jumped 650, 659, 650, in and around that. So to me, that says that the work that you've put in has got you to that point. You know you've got 680 in you and beyond. So talk about what you're going to be doing in order to try and get yourself in that shape.
Honestly, I really do need to, that's one part that I probably need to go away and reflect on. I need to do more sprinting. I need to get my runway more consistent and open up, because the way that I felt in Birmingham, where I jumped the 659 2 or 3 weeks ago, the way that I felt here, where I got a no jump because I was gunning it, I was really running. I don't do that consistently. I don't open up my stride in the way that I did there. So I'm sure if I look at the speeds on that, when I get them back, I'll be like, wow, like I'm not used to running that fast. And so I need to be able to do that more consistently, because that's what what these girls are doing. They're flying because they're like lean and they're fast, and that's how you fly. And, you know, I'm strong. I'm really strong physically. You know, I can lift loads, but I need to get that speed up. And I think that's a really important thing. And I'm sure there's other things like stiffness in your leg and things like that, but that's the main one that I'm thinking about right now.
Coming into these championships, what was the most important thing for you?
It was to have fun, to really enjoy myself, and to do myself and my nation proud, to really go out and embrace the whole experience. Yeah, the atmosphere, we can hear them cheering and just all of that.
You've done that as well with a big smile on your face.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not come away crying. That's really important because, you know, I'm an emotional human being.
We all are.
Yeah, no, do you know what? I have had fun, and I've had fun. I've really enjoyed it.
What's next?
Next is, I'll have to talk to my agent and we'll see what competitions like.
Did that feel nice to say? Got to talk to my agent.
I mean, do you know what? Stellar Athletics. I need to shout them out.
Big them up.
They have been amazing. Jennifer, John. Who else am I talking about? Obviously, my actual agent, Dave Scott. But Jen, just, you know, she when she this January or February, she called me, and she didn't have to. You know, people sometimes talk bad about agents and things like that they're just in it for money or things like. But you know, that was compassion, that was kindness, and that was just support. I know they want us to succeed because that means they succeed, but also there was a heart in that, and I think that's really important. So yeah, big up my agents, yeah.
And they're going to tell you what happens next. But Doha, is that a target? Is that?
Do you know what? That would be lovely. I'd love to go to Doha. And Dave did ask about that. So Doha, if you want me, please let me know. Holler at Dave Scott or at Stellar Athletics.
Listen, thanks, Abigail. Thanks for your time. Good to see you back with a smile on your face. All right?
Thanks so much.
No more journalism then? No? No more media? No more this side of that?
I don't know how to ask questions like you do. I needed education. Trust me, I need more education.
Don't worry, we'll have time for you when you eventually hang up your spikes. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks guys.